My head hurts.
I think the Mavs won the trade by a lot. Is that crazy to say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we have time. Why do you think that?
My initial reaction.
Why?
Because Luka wasn't going anywhere. He just wasn't going anywhere.
You think it's
like
James
the fourth
Harden?
best player in the
think
NBA?
I know.
Do you think this is the Rockets if they had traded James Harden at his peak because he wasn't going to win anything anyways?
I don't know. It's too late for me to have these. I don't know. I just think. How are you gonna have a team with?
I don't have the right background for this. I'm trying to find a background that works.
Like breaking news. You don't have like a breaking news.
No, this is not. No, I don't have a Luka Doncic got traded background. Sorry.
Here, Jack. I'm gonna put this link on my Twitter. Should I? I don't know if I can actually.
Yes, please go. Or no, you're like the link to join. Fuck no, you shouldn't do that.
No, not to join, bro.
Oh, to the stream. Yes, I thought you were gonna put the link to join the chat. I was like, excuse me, Bronny and Luka will be.
That's the future, baby.
I'm delirious. I'm fucking delirious right now. Hey, I'm gonna say it again. Everyone subscribe to How About Them Celtics. Come.
LeBron.
Hold up.
The Mavericks were
Is this
frustrated
real?
and frankly felt like.
What? Mute Tim so we can hear you.
Look at that. Read this.
Dang, that's big.
Noah, you're not looking at the screen. Tim McMahon reporting that Luka was pushing 270 pounds.
Anthony Davis must have expressed who made the call? The Lakers, right?
No, there's a Dallas did.
Called the Lakers.
Kyrie outlasting Luka in Dallas is wild. Soxel, that's true. I don't think they can trade.
I don't get this for Dallas. This is awful. Listen. I wholly understand what you're saying, Noah, and I agree with what you are saying, Cam, that Anthony Davis is probably the best player right now. But why sacrifice? Like what? Do you think Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving can win the finals? Like I don't think.
If they put Luka on the open market, they could have gotten anything they wanted.
Exactly.
That's why the Lakers did it in an hour. They're
like,
this is so stupid.
No, actually, can you guys give me an example of something that a package that they could get for Luka that would be better than this?
And a team's entire draft stock, blue chip prospects, some of the best
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I guess the draft 5 first-round picks.
Mikal Bridges got 5 first-round picks. Exactly.
They could have gotten Jaylen Brown. They would have traded Jaylen Brown if they had called.
No, I don't think so.
They definitely would have. Luka's an MVP. Luka's
not. I'm realizing I'm like in a different stratosphere than you guys about Luka.
Again, I don't think the Mavs are like a serious organization. Like, if they didn't have Dirk, we would think of them the way we think of like Charlotte or the way we think of like the Kings. Like, they constantly can't get out of their own way.
How long did it take? How long did you spend checking to see if it was real and checking to see if like Shams was hacked?
Okay, I'm looking at my phone. I put it down because like this is fake. I put it down. I pick it back up. The group chat's going crazy. Well, first I got it as one of those like banner notifications at the top of my screen, and I assumed it was from like one of my other accounts that I was getting like a spam, like a send.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, oh, I clicked on it, and it said 2.5 million followers. I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, ooh, he got hacked. He got hacked for sure.
And then when he said this is real, it was like, oh, he definitely got hacked.
You think that made me think it was hacked more. No,
Big Fisher just tweeted, Dallas had contacted several teams this week looking to reroute additional salary for a potential 3-team trade. A bunch of teams knew that the Mavs were close on a trade. No one knew it was Doncic.
Sheesh. God. 80 talking to Shams, like basically.
Yeah.
What an idiot. That looks so dumb now.
Yes, the little mini documentary about needing to trade for someone.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I don't know what just happened there, but I'm a little bit in shock. How long did it take you guys to believe it? Because it took me 12 minutes.
So long.
It took me 12 full minutes. It makes you wonder, like, what players could they not have gotten for Luka on the open market?
Right.
Like,
all of them. Could have gotten any of them.
How do you get one pick?
I know this is like a point of consternation between us, but I would have traded Tatum for Luka. You know that.
Oh, that's what
No. But this is my like thing that alienates me from Celtics Nation. I understand this is like a big problem, but I think Luka's better than Tatum. And I said this summer that I would trade Luka for Tatum, and it was like this cutout video that Jack like holds me hostage with now. So it's like this whole thing. But
I'm holding you hostage now too.
You couldn't have gotten who? You couldn't have gotten Wemby. You could have gotten
no.
You could not have gotten Wemby. You could not have gotten Jokic. You could not have gotten Giannis. Other than that,
put Oliver on a thumbnail.
My favorite. I was watching ESPN with some friends, and I was watching Shams just like grasping at straws, trying to figure out like because the anchor, I don't even know who the guy was. The anchor's just asking him, like, so like why did they do this? Like I understand like the structure, but like
Yeah.
why? And Shams is like just like can't even talk. He has no idea what to say.
Because what do you say? Like, what is there to say about this shit?
It doesn't make
It's
any sense.
crazy.
How's it going, man?
What the fuck? It's early here in London, but I had to jump on the call. In times like these, we need to be together. I think this is completely insane. What is going on?
I don't know.
We have to reach out and hold each other's hands.
I'm at a loss.
I have no words. I have nothing I can say that you guys haven't already said. I just needed to be with people. I'm thinking this is some next level Lakers tomfoolery where, like, of course, they get hidden some like generational talent. Or handed some generational talent, rather. It is completely insane that they landed this whale once again. Like, it seems unfair, and yet hopefully it means that there's some. If the league is gearing up to put the Lakers in the finals, surely they want Lakers Celtics in the finals. So surely that actually spells good news for us too.
This is the whole thing. Like, I've spent a lot of time comparing Doncic to Tatum, and I've thought a lot about this because I always think like. My example has always been Tatum is the kid who his parents put him in front of the piano and taught him, like, you got to play piano and you just got to play and practice. And he becomes a concert pianist and he's one of the best in the world. But it's because he's just worked so hard at it and he has natural talent, of course. Doncic is the dude like at 4 who just gets up onto the piano and is like boom, 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 and you're like, wait a second, do that again. And he's just next thing, like at 5 he's playing Beethoven and you're like, what? And he's never had to work at it. He does the stuff. Like, Tatum is a specimen. He is like engineered to be an elite basketball player. Doncic is just like some dude at the bar who put down his beer is like, yeah, I'll play, and goes and does the exact same stuff minus the defense, obviously. And you're just like, wow, like you can do all of this stuff just like half cocked, and you go out there like, yeah, I'm still a little buzzed, but I'll just drop 9 assists, no problem. And so I get the Dallas perspective. Like when Finley took the beer out of his hands, you're like, okay, I get what's going on. But
I mean,
you don't shop him around. You don't go to other teams. You don't go to 29 other teams and be like, hey, if we just to say, if we had Doncic, what would you give us? Like that's the part that blows me away. Just absolutely blows me away. Let's look at where the Mavs are. Look at the West. Look at what's unfolding in front of them. They have decided that 31-year-old was 30. No, Kyrie's the one that's 32.
Davis is 31, turning 32.
Davis is 31.
Yeah.
So they've decided 2 guys in their early 30s are the future of their franchise in a league where OKC is dominating. Houston has sprung onto the scene. Minnesota is, figuring things out, but like, and oh, by the way, Nikola Jokic exists in Denver, and you're telling me that Kyrie at 32 and Davis at 31 is the way to go, and you trade away 25-year-old perennial All-NBA guy who came in as the MVP, like early season favorite. That's the guy you're going to move, and this is the direction you're going to go. This is egregiously bad. You get a similar haul for Luka Doncic that the Celtics get for Marcus Smart. Like, you trade Marcus Smart, you get a first-round pick and Kristaps Porzingis. You get a pick and you get Porzingis. So you're telling me, like, how? I know Anthony Davis is better than Kristaps Porzingis, but how much better? And
is it the same gap as Luka to Smart?
Right. Like, the Celtics traded Marcus Smart and got a first-round pick and Kristaps Porzingis. You're telling me that Luka Doncic getting Anthony Davis is worth the difference of like, no, I know we only got a first round pick, but we got Anthony Davis. Like, okay, yeah, but the Celtics got Kristaps Porzingis, and he's really good, and Davis is better, all NBA better, but Porzingis is like still pretty like it. The gap, yeah, what you just said is perfect because the gap between Davis and Porzingis is not the gap between Doncic and Marcus Smart. Don way up here, Marcus is down here, and I love Marcus Smart. And the gap between, at least you can see my hands in the box between Davis and Porzingis. Look, Harrison doing it the way he did is
insane.
Okay.
It's baffling because we would be having this exact conversation if the Nets did this with fucking Cam Johnson and they just sold him for something crazy. We'd be like, why didn't you check the market? And the Mavericks did this with a clear-cut top 5 player in the NBA. Some people out there would probably argue he's the best. They'd be wrong, but they could make the argument. And they just said, whatever. Here's Anthony Davis and a pick, and maybe Max Christie's gonna be the next coming of Jesus, and they're like a genius because of this. But they're just like, let's trade Luka Doncic, and you know what'd be really cool? Let's not fucking tell anybody. Like we're not gonna make a peep. I mean, like everyone's gonna be thinking it's so sick. And what you said earlier was the perfect. Like Nico Harrison sitting there behind the corner, like someone tweeted, like, "Who everyone's gonna love what I did."
Watch this. Oh my God, this is the best tweet I've seen. Lethal Shooter, the first ever. I don't understand it. This is insane. Like the whole Lethal Shooter is like, I understand it now. Like he doesn't. If Lethal Shooter doesn't understand it, then no one does.
They made a memorial on Dirk's statue to fucking Luka Doncic. It says R.I.P. Mavs. February 1st, 2025, quote, I need a recovery beer.
Recovery beer. That's amazing.
And then it's just the Dirk statue with the, and then it said,
you bum. Yeah, that's about right. You basically sent Doncic to the Lakers and been like, hey, fatso, we don't want you. And he's, you know what I mean? Like, you think Luka's going to be like, oh, yeah, I am kind of a fat piece of shit. Sorry. No, he's going to be like, no, fuck you, man. Watch this. Like all of a sudden, Luka's going to show up to training camp next year with abs, and people are going to be like, "Oh, when did that happen?" It's going to be because the Mavs called him fat when they traded him. That's why he's going to be like drinking instead. Like he might still be drinking beers, but he's going to switch to Michelob Ultras. And he's going to be like actually running in the off season, and he's going to come into camp at like 225 pounds. And the man is going to be like, oh man, I didn't realize that was possible. And he's going to be like, yeah, well, you called me a fat piece of shit, but when you traded me, of course I'm going to be like, yeah, I probably should get into shape because he's 25.